Lizzo's new album B*TCH has sold exactly 2,649 albums in the first week, and then it dropped to 650 copies in the second week per Luminate. Now, people are saying this is cyberbullying. They're saying this is ridiculous. Why are they making fun of Lizzo? What's going on here? And I want to keep it a bin 10,000 with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean stack, keep it 100 with you. I don't like Lizzo. Now, you may be saying to yourself, why don't you like Lizzo? Just don't like her music. I don't like her attitude towards the industry. I don't like the way she talks about other artists. I don't like the way she treated her dancers. I'm not sure if those were confirmed or not, but something about her making them eat a banana out of her butt was a little bit annoying. I think she is an amazing step for body positivity in totality, even if she's losing weight, because body positivity doesn't mean staying fat. Body positivity means that you're happy in the body you have, no matter the shape or size, whether you're incredibly skinny or whether you're incredibly fat or whether you're medium weight or whatever weight you may possibly be. It simply means being happy and satisfied in the body you have. I think Lizzo was an amazing step towards people accepting people that are big bone, fat, whatever you want to call it, fat body. I'm not sure exactly what the term is. I think I called somebody fat one time and they said, well, it's not healthy to say fat. I said, well, what's it called? They said, well, everybody has fat. It's fat bodied. And I don't know. I really don't know what in God's name to say anymore about you're I don't know. Let's allergic to being skinny. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what do I say? What do I say? Somebody instruct me in the comments on what exactly to say. I genuinely don't know. I really don't grasp it. I don't know. Allergic to being skinny sounds so messed up, but it is funny objectively to me. But I shouldn't be poking fun at people, especially when we're talking about Lizzo. So she released the album, and I feel like I gotta give a little bit of context background here. So here goes my reaction to her telling why the album failed. Here was my reaction to that.
Hi, I'm Lizzo. I have an album coming out in 23 days, and I bet you nobody even knows that.
You're correct, Lizzo. I had no clue you had an album coming out in 28 days, 23 days. No clue. Didn't even know about that. This is all new information to me. Thank you for giving me the new information. Let's continue.
I'll tell you why. Full disclaimer, last time I made a video like this, I got some hate on the internet because people were like, oh, she's just mad that she's flopping. But in person, in real life, real people in the industry came up to me and said, thank you for saying what you said, because everybody else is too scared to say it.
So not fans, people within the industry are saying this to you. Real people in real life in the industry, not the fans. So that's what's going on here. This reminds me of when one of my friends complained to me and said, how come I keep getting fed angry reactionary videos online? It's crazy. Are you commenting on the angry reactionary videos? They said, yeah, then the algorithm's gonna show that you're interacting with the angry reactionary videos. Yeah, but I say it's evil and it's messed up and disgusting. It doesn't matter what you say on the videos. It matters that you're interacting with it. The algorithm takes all interaction as interaction, so you're gonna keep seeing the drama. And more people will interact with drama unknowingly than actually interact with engaging content. So if Lizzo is releasing an album and she's concerned nobody's checking her out, I want to point this out. I had no idea. I love Fetty Wap. I didn't even know Fetty Wap had a new song called White Roses come out. I actually love White Roses. It's an amazing song. Didn't know he released a song. I had it on accident in a TikTok edit and then did my own research to check it out. That's the algorithm. There's so much content on the algorithm. Lizzo, you're getting buried by the oversaturation of a bunch of other people, not because of some deeper maniacal plot. But let's get on to what she's saying.
I'm gonna end this disclaimer by saying I don't really care what somebody on the internet who's never done this before has to say about it, because you don't know what you're talking about, and I do.
Well, yeah, I'm somebody that's done this before, and I know how the algorithm works, at least in some ways. I know how to get people to click on my videos. I know how to make clickbaity titles and thumbnails. This is different than music, obviously, but people aren't looking for your albums or music at all. Like, no one cares. I hate to say it, Lizzo, but no one cares.
Algorithm-based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Now, when I say the music industry, I don't mean music culture. I don't mean the good music that's out. I don't mean our ability to connect via social media to music. I'm talking about the actual industry that allows artists to sell their music for profit. Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Lizzo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I completely agree with your entire stance of, yeah, the algorithm is doing that. But but the algorithm is catered to each specific person. Every app is connected through different regulatory processes. When you search something on Google, for example, it then goes to Facebook, and then it goes to Instagram to feed you specific ads, which then go to YouTube, because they're all connected within each other. That's how it works. Music in particular, most people, and it's gonna sound crazy, most people let randomness decide how they do things. That's how it works. People don't actually go through their subscriber feed or check who they're following. So many people will have millions, 20 million followers, 30 million, 50 million, and never see anything the person posts, ever. Most people don't see 80% of the stuff that I post, and I post twice a day. I post every day at the same exact time. Doesn't really matter. People still don't see it. And that's okay, because their algorithms aren't really designated for that. It's destroying the music industry for sure, but it's destroying you specifically because it's not catering to what you are. I have not seen anything from Lizzo because there's no drama, no controversies, and it's not within my purview of what I enjoy. That's what it is. You may be a big Lizzo fan. You may be a big Bruno Mars fan. You may enjoy Nicki Minaj for some reason, or Cardi B, or Megan Thee Stallion. But if you're not doing interviews, or you're not being in the public zeitgeist, if you're not streaming, nobody knows. There are so many different micro little areas of the internet that have so many big catering fan bases to so many different things that it is impossible to hit every single one of them. Point Crow has so many people watching his videos. Smalland has so many people watching his videos. Ludwig, Offline TV, Maya Higa with her conservatism stuff. There's Moist Critical. There's Asmongo's community. Every single community has every little niche thing. And then out of nowhere, I discovered a huge Terraria community. And then there's a whole bunch of people on Clash Royale that I didn't know about. And then there's a big cooking community. There's a bunch of different little niche micro things that are going on in each community. You ever look at the Spotify top 100 list and see all these artists you've never heard of? I'm going to show you a bunch of artists you've probably never heard of, or maybe you have. These are the top Spotify from 2026 best nominees. We have Addison Rae, who I don't know who that is. Alex Warren, I don't know who that is. I don't know who Katsai is. I know who Leon Thomas is, simply by Victorious. I don't know who Lola Young is. I've never heard of Oliver Dean. I don't know what Somber is. I don't know what the Marias are. I've never heard of any of these artists. I don't know. I have no clue because they're not in my algorithm at all. Anyways, let's get back to Lizzo's statement.
I have had several occasions where there were artists whose music I was actually looking forward to, I completely missed because I didn't realize it was out because my algorithm didn't tell me. And I don't want to blame everything on the algorithm. Of course, we curate our own reality. However, back in the day, which was maybe even just 5 years ago, we used to get things chronologically. Because of streaming and social media and our post-COVID chronically online society, most of music marketing is online. Not to mention budgets are therefore music marketing relies heavily on social media. But now, ever since the algorithm has been showing us things out of order, baby, there's actually no way to successfully promote an album where everyone knows your album is coming.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true at all. What you said is partially true. It's a half truth, which is fair. I do agree that in the post-COVID landscape of the music industry, it is horrifying to get things chronologically and know when an album is coming out. That's why people do album release parties, or people post a lot about it, or people stream, or people do it constantly, because you have to constantly remind people and hit them with oversaturation of your own thing. You have to annoy people over and over again. Mention it in every video. Do a bunch of shorts. Do that. Keep yourself in the public eye and zeitgeist, because that's why people like, oh my God, Bryant Barnes, right? Bryant Barnes is really good at promoting his music. If you don't know this guy, Bryant Barnes, he makes a lot of Shiloh-inspired music. He's really good at promoting his stuff because he talks about it non-stop. That's all he ever does, is talk about it non-stop. I knew his album was coming out because he kept talking about it. He wouldn't shut up about it. And I was like, yeah, 100%. I'm going to go ahead and check him out. And he keeps posting TikToks about it over and over again. And every video he makes, he posts the same clip of the same clippable part of his song, the same hook over and over again. I discover music that way. That's how it works. You have to constantly, and I do mean constantly, badger people about what you're making over and over again. That's how people know about it, because there's so much information online. You cannot just say, hey, I got an album coming out, hopefully you guys see it. But you have to continually, over and over again, hopefully bring it out over and over and over and over and over again. It is a constant battle with everybody, because Lizzo You're not even in the top 20 artists on earth right now. You are competing with people that are doing this religiously. You are also competing with people that want to take a stint in the music. You're competing with hundreds of thousands of people. You're competing with meme artists. You're competing with people that have better marketing than you, people that are more creative than you, people that just go crazy, Instagram musicians. You're competing with Facebook musicians. You're competing with everybody, Lizzo. But the fact that you are complaining about the fact that it's not chronological is a moot point over the grand scheme of the fact that you have to continually do it. You must do this like a psychopath, or else you're going to get nowhere. That is the goal of content creation, to do this to an extent where it's nonsensical. If you have to start artificial drama, artificial beef, or doing something of that variety to do so, then you must do that. You have to be good at marketing, and to be good at marketing, you got to be good at manipulation. Lizzo, you're not good at it. That's why I have not heard about you until this thing, and because people are dogging on you right now, you're back in the public zeitgeist. That's what's happening.
Now, mind you, when I say everyone knows your album is coming, that doesn't mean whether they care or not that it's coming. Believe it or not, once upon a time, there were artists who were just the biggest on the planet who everyone knew their album was coming, whether they were gonna buy it or not. It was ubiquitous. Where it bites me in the ass is I have a private page. I have a private page with over 280,000 people who follow me because they support me, because they love me. But even when I post on that page, I'm not hitting their algorithm.
And this is going to be harsh to hear, Lizzo. I need you to look me in the eyes when I say this. I need you to see my eyes when I say this. Because you're boring. Because no one cares about what you have to say. And that's okay. Because you're not eliciting something in them. Because you're not getting them in that first 3 seconds. That's what's going on. The only reason I am watching this video is because it was on Twitter and it had 1 million views. Because I'm stupid. I saw people dogging you and I wanted to click on it because I love drama. I'm a drama fiend. I'm a fiend for drama. I love witnessing it. It is so fun for me. It is what gives me joy on this earth, and that is what I like doing. And the only reason I'm even making this video is because it is drama filled. That's it. That's the whole purpose of this entire video, and to show you that this is what people click on. This is what people look for. This is what people want. People don't want to see you, Lizzo. People don't enjoy your music, Lizzo. You are a very good performer. You're an amazing creative. I think you're a phenomenal artist. Overall, I think everything's great, but there are better things people want to see. I spent 10 hours on TikTok looking at videos of soap ASMR. If I'm looking at 10 hours of videos of soap ASMR, I'm not going to see anything from Lizzo's private page because I could be following 7,000 people and I see none of the people that I'm following, but I am going to see what I'm watching. People just aren't watching your stuff, and people have limited time during a day. So even if they're following your private page, 280,000 people, maybe 1% or 10% of those people are going to see your private page. So nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to come from that. It is this big issue of ego. It's big ego. But I have big number. People, everyone should see this. I get confused when that happens to me too. Because across all platforms, across all things, I have over 1 million followers. I got 500K on TikTok, 240K on YouTube. I got 300K on Instagram, and I got 150,000 on Facebook. And if we're crossing cross-pollination, I have over 1 million, but I have just about 1 million if we're not counting cross-pollination. If we're counting cross-pollination, then I have like 500,000 essentially, if we're not counting all the things overall. On the biggest platform I have, TikTok. I post a TikTok video with 500,000 followers, I get 1,000 views because I'm not entertaining enough on TikTok. I'm not good at short form content in that variety. I don't get to get my full word and speech out there. Lizzo, you're complaining because you are not as entertaining as the other guy. That's what's happening. That's the biggest thing. And I get it. It's hard. It's difficult. You are trying to bring this issue to the forefront to talk about it. But people curate their algorithm. You said so before. People aren't seeing your stuff even if they follow you. They gotta turn on all notifications, and even then they don't see it because you're on TikTok, dude. You're on Instagram. You're on a fast-paced, nonsensical thing. You know how many people on Instagram have like thousands and millions of followers who I've never heard of in my entire life? They just exist in these microcosms because they have all these people who saw them once and then got big off it. People still recognize me for my colorful hair. People still recognize me for certain things. I know certain people based based off one video when they post every single day because it didn't hit my algorithm. That's the reality of how it is nowadays. People are comfortable with it because it's curated content. I built this FYP brick by brick. My algorithm has blessed me. People are so satisfied with the algorithm right now. They love it. They love the slop. This is so good. This is exactly what I was looking for. I have nothing on my YouTube page. There is nothing but cooking videos, and I am overly satisfied by that. I say, oh, this is great. It's mama recaps and cooking videos. That's it. That's all I want to watch. That's all I want to see. I don't care about Lizzo. I want to point this out. I follow you, Lizzo. I follow you. I don't get anything from you because I don't care about what you're saying. Nothing is entertaining that you do. Nothing.
I have 280,000 people who want to buy my album, who want to see me on tour. And they're not even seeing my promotional videos. And I get accused of not promoting my album when I'm doing morning shows, podcasts, Netflix specials, dropping the packaging, dropping the cover, doing my part. And it's not just me, because virality does not equal album sales. There are people who are super viral whose albums just don't sell as much as their fame.
It's always so interesting hearing people in the music industry talk about this kind of stuff because it is a huge issue in the music industry because of the oversaturation. And I think music industry stuff in general is always so fascinating to me because you have to appeal to literal brain rot, brain dead, least sophisticated, stupid idiots. That is how you get me to click on something. You know what's horrifying? And it sucks to hear. I'm never going to buy an album, by the way. I want to point that out. I'm never going to buy an album. I can listen to everything for free on YouTube, basically. But I know choruses more than actual songs. I keep repeating in my head, period, period, because so many TikTok edits were made with that. I keep hearing in my head, big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy, SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. And that's a horrible hook. Horrible hook. Why is it stuck in my head? Because it's repeatable. It's easy. It's simple. We have entered simple brain rot, brain dead music. That's where we're at. I can remember things as long as they're easy for me to remember, Lizzo. That's where we're at. Anyway, let's go back to her video.
Their albums don't match the amount of views they have on their posts. And listen, I'm gonna be okay. I'm a big girl. I'm a very successful woman. I have a loyal fan base. I'm saying this to bring awareness to where we're headed. It is deeply concerning, you guys. Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music. And they're doing everything they need to do to keep up with their favorite artists. They follow them. Something has got to give about this, but you know what? What do I know? I'm just a girl. My album Bitch is coming June 5th, and if you didn't know, now you know.
Lizzo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm horribly not interested in your music. Also, I'm just not interested in your music. I still hold all those same views inside of my chest, body, gullet, and mind. Still hold everything I said in that reaction completely fair and true. She was just complaining about basically nothing to me. She was complaining about the fact that she can't handle the fact that she is not getting enough traction online. She just can't handle that. And you can see it all over with how she operates as a human being. She just actively is upset by the fact of the matter that everybody is not listening to her music anymore. And she went private on her TikTok, from as far as I can tell. She's crying on her TikTok about the fact that her album didn't sell. So this is kind of sad. This is kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, I promoted my album and people on the internet clown me for it, so I don't know what to do. I promoted my album super hard and people were calling me a desperate flop, so I don't know, guys. Okay.
Please stay off Twitter. I think she needs to stay off Twitter because it's kind of sad to see that the mental health deterioration of just a powerful black woman, to be quite honest with you. Despite my distaste of Lizzo in general, I don't want to see a powerful black woman be annihilated and destroyed. I've seen too many people's mental health get completely destroyed and annihilated, and mental health is a serious thing. And seeing your album do these numbers is going to actively destroy you. And I hope she never encounters this video. I really hope she doesn't see this. So yeah, Lizzo standard saying her campaign didn't work, bada bing bada boom. 600, that's just a language I can't read. Jesus D Nazareth, don't know what's going on. Try sucking 2,649 dicks and see if that's a small number. Okay. Alright, how does she fall off so badly? Oh my god. It's just the music she's making, right, in totality is not entertaining anymore. I just don't think the music she makes is up to code. No one cares. No one cares about the music she makes anymore. And I think her reasoning is exactly this, which I'm gonna agree with her on this reasoning. So this is what she says, because I kind of agree. Lizzo not having a fan base so weird to me. This woman was literally selling out arenas not even 2 years ago. Like, where did these people go? I actually can answer this. The industry changed so much in the last 3 years. Streaming replaced radio, and I was a radio darling. That's how my fans discovered my music. Not to mention the very obvious and public attack on my career changed things. But I'm out here doing my absolute best, so you can't knock a bitch for that. So here goes. Here goes the thing, right? I didn't discover Lizzo through the radio. I discovered Lizzo through YouTube, basically streaming. And I think it was her older music and how controversial she was. She was playing a flute and hitting the splits, and it was a gimmick that I enjoyed. That's pretty much all I cared about with Lizzo. She was pretty cool, and more so her message was the reasoning I got into Lizzo, as opposed to actually what she was as a person. So that was how I felt about Lizzo. This is the part that's confusing me here. I don't like her new music, and there's so many other artists on this earth. It is so hard to keep up with all the new artists coming out right now. Tell you what, let's do a fun little experiment. I don't know if you've done this in a while. I like to do this every so often. This is pretty cool. I want to show you something, and this is actually awesome. You may not know about this, but this is called the XXL Freshman Showcase. I with my whole chest in mind, just Freshman Cypher with Baby, Don, Chief, Ian, Laser, Dim, 700, 1900, Rugrat, Nino Pig, Low Shimmy. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't. Let's go to 2026. Is there a 2026 XXL? No, it's not up yet. But I don't know who those people are. I've never heard of any of those people. Maybe it's because I'm not deeply into rap. I know Big X the Plug. I don't know Boss Man D-Lo. I know Maya the Don. Actually, I know these people. I know those ones. But 2025, never heard of those people at all. I don't know who. I don't know who these guys are actually. Rob 49, Lil Taylor, Too Rare. See, I don't know these people. I don't know them. And I think the older I get, maybe the less I'm keeping up with music, or the more obscure artists I'm picking to get into. I can't really tell. I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you, but I really don't. But I feel bad for Lizzo because she's not understanding that the world is changing so fast and she can't keep up. You have to be able to keep up. Think of older YouTubers that aren't able to keep up with the trends of new things that are continually going on. Just think of all the YouTubers that you grew up with and they died off, or they just faded into obscurity and they can't actually keep up with everything. I like to look at Ray William Johnson. Ray William Johnson is doing pretty good because he's trying his best to keep up with everything, and I'm proud of him for doing that. He's doing his damnedest to keep up with everything. Now, I think he's just doing his best, and I gotta respect that. He's releasing pretty much daily at this point, just talking about commentary and things of that variety. He's probably not getting that much money, but he's using a lot of AI. Actually, I haven't checked his channel in a second. He's just using AI in a lot of his stuff. I'm not really excited about this guy anymore. I actually didn't look at his videos. Last I checked, he was doing well. I just saw his views, but he's really just using AI in a lot of his stuff. Why is Ray William Johnson using AI with everything? Well, let's look at Epic Mealtime. Sorry, I just got angry. My bad. I really got angry. I got wildly angry. I might have to make a video on that in totality separately. That's really annoying. Look at this guy. Look at Epic Mealtime. Epic Mealtime isn't doing pretty much anything. He used to make a bunch of stuff about making really big food. That's what he used to do. That's what his entire thing was. Muscle glasses, all this stuff. But he couldn't keep up with the changing YouTube landscape. And also probably all those foods he was eating was actually very unhealthy. It's very difficult to keep up with YouTube's landscape as it changes. Mr. Beast has a method to it, and he Mr. Beastified the entire platform. It just takes a second to keep up with everything that's going on. Very difficult platform to keep up with. It's very difficult to keep up with the internet and the trends. For instance, I more than likely have to scroll through TikTok to find how to make videos sometimes, because sometimes I have to make a video about the entirety of what's going on TikTok because it is dangerous what's going over there on TikTok. It's strange. Anyways, let me know how you feel about Lizzo and her album flopping like crazy, because that is insane. That's just psychotic news. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I think this is a well-deserved downfall. Well-deserved downfall. If I can keep it a bin 10,000 with you, well-deserved downfall. I've never really enjoyed Lizzo in totality. I haven't. It is so hard for me to see myself in the camera right now. Simply a virtue I'm not wearing my glasses. I want to point this out. The reason I wear the sunglasses a lot of the time is simply by virtue of the light. The light gets in my eyes so bad. I don't really enjoy that. It messes me up deeply. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. But in any case, let me know how you feel about Lizzo, and I'm out. Peace. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my Laurel Angelo. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.